All right, so we have the game with the
Bojkovic.
Bojkovic.
Yes. He was considered the Yugoslav hope in this World Championship, together with the future Grandmaster Kuraica. Kuraica became later on, after 2 years, the next junior world champion. We'll see
Okay.
in our game. We'll show it later on.
So you played with both of them
With
in
both
this
of them, yes.
championship. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see.
D4, D5, C4, Knight F3, and now C4. Yeah.
So you played a lot of D4.
I played D4, but I played also E4. I played both, D4 and D4, which is normal, for a young future grandmaster like this. And much later, you can also try Knight F3 or C4, which gives some more positional games. Knight F3 first move or C4 first move. That leads to English opening, Catalan opening, and so on. But E4 and D4 is considered always, the normal way to play for a young, good young players. Yeah, Knight C3, E6, E3, Knight D7. This is called the Meran opening. The Meran variation for black, from the Slav opening, and that gives usually a very sharp game in all positions. And our game is not an exception. We'll see. The game will be very, very interesting later on. Bishop takes C4, B5. All this is theory, of course. Bishop. And now, if you want something and you want to have a very, very combinative play, you play immediately E4. If you play E4, probably white is a little bit better. After castle, the game is considered even already. After black has enough to have an even game.
So now castle is like passive.
Castle is not passive, but it's a more quiet game. The first glance like this. We'll see. But later on, the game changes. Will change in a very tactical way.
Okay.
C5. Because of this, black could immediately realize this move, C5, which leads to a good game in every position for black, let's say. White is not better now after C5. But of course, it's a game. We'll see. Yeah. C5, Queen E2, Bishop B7, Rook D1, Queen B8. Well, again, now you have to choose the tactical way to play. How? Or you play E4, that gives nothing for white. It's probably worse already for white if you play immediately, because then you give time to take in D4 and play Knight C5 and attack 3 times on E4. It's very good already for black. Now, instead of E4, you let the situation like this in the central position.
You ignore the tension from there.
Now, and you play on the other side A4. A4 is a very good move because after B4, Knight B1 with the idea to come through B2, you want to come to B3 or C4, and then you have a small edge for white, positional edge. But first of all, you take in C5. Now, Bishop C5 is more or less, a little bit too ambitious. It was better to take with the knight, probably, in C5, not with the bishop.
To control
to take with the knight, and then you play quietly Bishop E7 and castle. And then black is all right. Black has a good game, even game. Now is not so easy. Because now, if you play B4, we have the idea that I told you before, knight back to B1, with, knight B1, D2, and later on you can come to C4 on to B3. Yeah, knight B1.
And then C4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knight B1. You control a little bit the cases on the queen side, like this. Yeah. Castle, knight D2, A5. Well, it seems that black is all right. Nobody would think here that black is in big danger, to lose the game or something.
Yes. I mean, I see.
Yeah, if you look at the position, black has already a good position. Yeah. Knight B6, he wants to force you to play the move b3. If you play the move b3, then you lose the advantage. So now knight b3, you accept the fact that the pawn from a4 could be lost finally later on, but if you give the a4 pawn and probably also the exchange, but you have good attacking chances on the other side. That now you attack the bishop, he has to move back, and now e4. Yeah. And now bishop c6. Yeah. Bishop c6 wins the pawn. Or you have to play the move bishop b5, but you lose the pawn from e4. It's not good, If you play bishop b5, then bishop takes e4, and black has winning position, So now, if you lose the pawn from a4, you have to accept the fact that you lost the pawn, and now you sacrifice the exchange also for a good attacking chances on the other side, and everything will be forced.
But why sacrifice the bishop, the exchange, just to gain time?
No, he takes in a4, but now I accept the fact that I prepared all this, when I played the knight bd2, and now the position is not so easy, I mean, I give the exchange, I take in a4, now he has to take, and now we'll see the rest. Now knight c6, everything is good. Now he has to play queen b7. Now you take the bishop.
You get rid of...
Yeah, okay, now we have this position. Here, until now, we gave the exchange, we gave the pawn, he has exchange up and one pawn up.
Yeah.
Black has to show that his position could resist. I mean, in such a tactical situation, But now what happens? It seems that black has more or less a normal game, but it's not so easy. In my opinion, black has already very good chances to lose the game here. You see. e5, knight d5, and now queen c2. Now this is the first moment which gives good attacking chances for black. Now what to play? The only move is knight c5, because you can't give the knight from a4, So you have to play knight c5.
Yeah, but why not putting the queen on e4?
No, because I want to attack. Well, so if you play the queen in e4, he plays finally g6, and I exchange down,
okay.
Yeah, you don't win in a few moves.
I see now. So from
but
here
you have to,
you
have to force the knight from a4 to go away, and you can win the pawn from h7 with check. Very important tempo and very good attacking chances against the black king. You see?
Oh, I see. So
and everything is almost forced afterwards.
You get the pawn back here.
Yes.
And also the king.
Now it's clear that we have very strong attacking chances in this position. Now he has to go away, and now rook d4. The idea is to play immediately, if possible, rook h4, and it's finished. After rook h4 is almost made. In every position is almost made.
Yes.
Now it's clear he has to be very careful here to not to lose in a few moves, in 2-3 moves,
Yeah.
Rook fc8 is almost forced. Bishop g5, and now again, what could he play? Bishop knight d7 is the last hope, but it's too late. Now
so he
white
gives up.
Now white could win a piece. In this position, white wins a piece by force, Bishop takes e7, takes in c2, takes back in c2, takes in e7, and rook takes d7.
So again,
piece up,
Yes.
But I couldn't resist not to take the queen and to have,
So you say bishop takes
strong attacking chances. Yeah, bishop. This is the first important position. Yeah?
Takes.
Now you win a piece like this. Bishop takes e7, rook takes c2. Bishop takes c2, knight takes e7, rook takes d7. Piece up for white.
Rook takes d7, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
but instead of this, we continue the attack. We don't take the queen. We don't trade queens. I couldn't resist the fact that
You felt you can go for a...
Yeah, I wanted to win in attacking way. And I continued the game with queen e4. Now, what can you do with black? If you don't play like in our game f6, then after queen h4, black could resign immediately. Almost mate in every position. The only hope to f6. And now, queen h5. Now again, what can he play? If he takes in g5, after knight d5, g5 is again almost mate in every position. Yeah.
Let's see.
Knight f8 again. It
Defending.
seems the only defense. Yeah. Knight takes in f6. Yeah, takes in f6, and now check. Yeah, in between. Yeah. Now takes in h7. Takes in h7. First.
Yes.
Yeah. Takes in f6, and
he resigned here.
He resigned. But what can he do? I mean, if he plays, for instance, king g8 after rook g4 check, he loses the queen and the attacks go on.
So here, if
he plays king g8, for instance, rook g4 check, and he loses the queen and mate later on. Rook g4 check.
Rook g4 check.
King f7 and queen takes h7 check and mate later on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has to take in f6 on the queen, and has to take in f6. Queen takes f6 check. No.
Yes.
Again, king g8, rook g4 mate, or queen g7 instead of this. No, instead of queen g8. Yeah. Takes to check. King queen g7. Yeah.
Yes.
Rook h4 check. King g8 and rook g4, and the attack goes on. Mate later on.
Yeah.
Queen and knight is enough to give mate. And this is completely finished for black.
Yeah.
So you see, again, a very, very strong initiative, very beautiful game, and it's almost forced at the end. So the exchange sacrifice was right, and white has very strong position, very strong attacking chances. So and again, this was most probably the most beautiful game of the whole tournament. Beauty prize.
Nice. Thank you, Mr.